This video is going to completely transform your life as a young person. And us as the younger generation, we have the ability to completely change the world around us, to completely change everything around us. And it all starts from you. It all starts from what you do on a day-to-day basis, who you are becoming. And this video is going to help you completely transform your mindset, your physical, your foundations, your external world around you and everything. And I've created a tree analogy to help you do so, which we'll get into. But I want to premise first that I'm saying this as someone who is in the arena with you. I'm a young person figuring life out, who has uncertainty, who has challenges, who has difficulties, who has moments where it may feel extremely hard. But I'm telling you that the journey of improving yourself, the journey of discovering yourself, the journey of becoming the best version of yourself is the most amazing thing. Because I look back a year ago where I was completely lost, where I had no idea what I wanted to do in my life. I didn't wake up with energy and passion to put into things. I had no direction. I didn't really have much going on. Whereas now, I wake up every single day with passion and purpose and energy to do amazing things, to create. I make content, which I absolutely love. It's one of my purposes, is to share the wisdom, is to share knowledge, is to document my life for you guys, to help transform the younger generation, to help transform anyone, full stop. I also work a role at a startup now, where I get to be around millionaire entrepreneurs and founders, which has helped me learn so much, which has helped me get into rooms, which has helped expand my mindset. And there are so more amazing things that are going to come, because I know that with the values I'm implementing, with the foundations that I'm putting in, with the things that I'm doing, I will completely grow and become unrecognizable consistently. And I have huge dreams of speaking on stages and stadiums. I've got huge dreams of building £100 million plus businesses. And I want that for you guys too. I want to instill all of this belief, all of this energy. I want to not instill it into you because obviously you need your own, but I want to help you feel that. I want to give you that inspiration and motivation to completely change your life. The dream version of you is already out there. It's just about taking the steps. It's just about stepping onto the dream life path. And today is going to help you do exactly that. And I'm using the tree analogy because you have your roots and your foundations, which grow all the way up with its branches to the external world around you, the external realm, which is the leafy bit of the tree, the big bit that everyone can see. Everyone can see the external realm, but not everyone can see the stuff that goes on before. And I think this analogy is perfect to really explain and really go into detail about what you can do right now. This isn't something that you're going to have to wait till you get to a certain point to do. You can do this right now. You can implement all of these steps right now to change your life. So let's get right into it. I'm so excited to do this with you guys. Like, genuinely, I'm pumped to make this video. And another thing I want to say before I get into it, you don't need fancy studio. You don't need fancy things. If you have the vision in your mind, if you have what you want to create in your mind, you can slap a chair down and put a whiteboard on it. So that's what we're doing. We're here to change your life, and that is the primary purpose. So let's get straight into this. Every single big tree, every single amazing great tree, you know when you see a tree and it looks so strong, it looks so beautiful, it looks so, and the leaves at the top is majestic. Every single tree like that has amazing roots. And this applies for your life as well. If you do not have amazing roots or foundations, you will not grow your dream life. If you have roots that aren't meant for you, similarly, you will not grow your dream life. And the roots in your life is authenticity. You, deep down, who you truly are. I don't mean the masked up version that you may be performing right now. I don't mean the version of you that is an act for the people in the world around you that you're just performing for. I mean that your roots need to come from who you truly are. Because you have to hear this out. If you are not being authentic, if you're not embodying the true version of you, you are not living your life. You are living a life for the opinions of others. And therefore, you cannot actually live out your dream life because it isn't your life. It's not your life. And I promise you that coming from someone who used to go out and drink, party, conform, do all of those things, people please, gossip, get involved in all of that, acceptance, I promise you, authenticity is 100 million times better. Being authentic is the only way you could truly live your life. And these are the foundations that you are going to have to grow to build this amazing tree, which is your life. As we go through a lot of the different things that I'll talk about here, it will help you become more authentic. It will help blossom out the purest, most authentic version of you. And I also like to say that the discovery of self is a lifelong journey, because you're going to go through different chapters of your life, different seasons, different moments, different challenges, different things that you need to be in front of. And you're going to have to blossom out versions of you that need to come out for those moments. And you're going to discover more authentic, more pure versions of you that are coming out. And it's a constant journey. But the strongest foundations come from you making a decision to live your life authentically. It comes from you making a decision to say no to the things that aren't you. It comes from you making a decision to stop conforming to the opinions of others and being brave to say, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do with my life. This is who I truly am. And a lot of the stuff here on this branch is going to help you understand who you truly are, because maybe you don't know who you are deep down yet, or you don't have many snippets of knowing who you are deep down yet. And that's okay. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you, because your primary purpose in life is the discovery of self. Your primary purpose in life is to blossom out the purest, most authentic version of you. And everything is in extension with that. And going back to the tree analogy, if you are wanting to grow an oak tree and you put in, I don't know many trees actually, to be fair, let's call it Indian Kashmir willow. I used to play cricket, so I know the woods that went into cricket bats. If you put the seeds of an Indian Kashmir willow and you want to create an oak tree, you're not going to create an oak tree. So say you start performing, you start not being yourself, you are putting down the seeds that aren't you, and therefore you're growing a life that isn't yours. But if you put down the seeds of authenticity, you are going to grow the most amazing one-of-one life. And that's what we want. We want your life, and I want my life, to be one of one, to be completely unique, because that is exactly how you should be living your life. And it is exactly how you will be living your life. So with the intention of authenticity, with the understanding that everything comes from being authentic, you start to go up the tree. You start to build. You start to grow as a tree. And I like to think that there are two foundations either side of the tree. There's the physical branch and there's the mental branch. And then in the roots of the tree, in the actual, not the roots, the actual, the thick bit of the tree, the main body of the tree, there is your purpose and values. But I want to go into the physical first, because the physical lays the foundations for a lot of things. If you are not looking after yourself, you are not going to be able to think clearly. You're not going to be able to be in a position where you feel good, where you feel great even. You're not going to be in a position where you are going to be able to create from your maximum capacity. And there's so much more that goes to the physical than just hitting the gym. I think a lot of young people think that if they hit the gym, that's it, that's all they have to do. And I'm not saying the gym's a bad thing. The gym is great for so many young people, but there's so much more to living healthily, physically, than you may be thinking about. And that this is coming from someone who was in a completely different health position. I was drinking, I was not looking after my gut health, my overall health, my skin started to inflame, which led me down a path of affecting the mental side as well. I started to feel bloated. There was even other periods of my life where I was very bloated, neglecting gut health, neglecting brain health. And now I feel so much better. And now I am in the healthiest position I have been. And I have the intention of continually becoming healthier and healthier and healthier and healthier, and becoming unrecognizable in this space in different aspects as I look to improve and grow as a person. And I've really learned a couple really important things. And the first thing is gut health. You have to prioritize gut health. Your gut is a brain within your body. The gut-brain connection is one of the most important things. If your gut is messed up, if you have leaky gut, there's so many different things that you can research around your gut, and I recommend you taking tests, which we'll go into. But if your gut is affected, you cannot think clearly. your moods, your emotions will be all over the place. Gut health really is generally one of the most important things that you need to look after in your life. And I actually took a gut test. I've taken 2 gut tests, which I highly recommend. I took one test, which was Health Path, and I took another test, which was, I can't remember. I'll put the letter in here now. And I learned that when I started to make changes in my diet, when I started to make changes in what I was doing in my life, directed towards gut health, my life changed. And what was that? I cut out dairy, I cut out gluten, and I also cut out things that I found out I was allergic to in the test that I took. And I started taking probiotics, I started taking vitamins, I started looking after myself, not eating as much. I was eating so much food to be bulky in the gym that I was actually feeling so bloated. My face was getting inflamed. And that was all stemming from gut health. So tidy up your diet. Eat clean. Eat whole foods. Eat foods like salmon, chicken, rice, whole grains, broccoli, vegetables, healthy fruits, all portioned out. Be careful of glucose spikes. Cut out the sugar. Cut out the fast foods. Cut out all of the sugary drinks, all of that stuff. Cut it all out. I promise you it's worth it. And you might right now be thinking, well, how do I do that? How do I cut all these things out? But I promise you, in a week, you'll start to realize that the healthy eating is so much better than the fast food unhealthy life. So that's one of the main things in the physical, is transforming your diet to help your gut health. And the next thing is brain health. And this year I've kind of gone on a journey of learning about neuroscience and understanding the importance of the brain. Your brain is basically running your life in a way. What you do to your brain, how you affect it, is going to affect your life. If you are constantly on screen scrolling, you are not going to be able to operate for the people around you. You are not going to be the best version of yourself because you're going to constantly be in a position of stimulation. Your brain, the amygdala part of your brain, is going to be constantly firing, which will lead to worrying, which will lead to impulsive behavior, which will lead to you acting out of who you truly are. And I know this myself. Whenever I scroll on my phone and I come out after a doom scroll session, I feel terrible. I feel completely terrible. And I've come to learn that that is never worth it. The doom scroll is never worth it. So cut out the screens in relation to brain health. But the diet, as I said, whole foods diet also links to brain health. It also completely transforms how you think, how you operate. And then also, what you are feeding your brain from the stuff we're going to talk about also matters. And a big topic I want to talk about is drinking. Now, this is a huge one for young people. And as I said before, I was someone who went out and drank for a period of my life where I was getting drunk, where I was completely losing myself. And that period of my life was terrible. I was drifting away further and further from who I was. My health was in a terrible position. I was drifting further away from the people that I truly cared about, making them worried about the path and the direction that I was going down. And I think there's such a strong pressure on young people to drink. Society has ingrained it so much that they make it seem like you have to drink. They make it seem like that it's necessary for you to drink. But this doesn't have to be the case. I promise you that just because your friends are telling you that you have to drink, just because maybe your parents are, just because maybe society is enforcing that on you, does not mean you have to drink. Because one, the effects on the brain is ridiculous. You are lowering the amount of blood volume to your brain, which is the number one sign, or one of the number one signs of Alzheimer's. You are decreasing your capacity for memory. You are affecting your impulse controllability in the moments. There are so many other negative effects of drinking alcohol. And this is not just getting drunk, this is moderate drinking as well. And then just from like a philosophical standpoint, you say that you have, the big thing that people say is that they have to drink to have fun, or that you're boring if you say you don't drink. But I want to put it this way. If you're going out and drinking, you're not actually having fun. The alcohol-induced version of you is having fun. So you're teaching your brain that in order to have fun, I have to have alcohol. And that's a terrible position to be in, because true fun in life comes from purpose. True fun in life comes from the pursuit of doing amazing things. True fun in life comes from amazing, authentic relationships, not drinking partners, amazing, authentic relationships. And maybe your brain is automatically going, no, 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 this guy cannot be saying that you cannot drink. But open your mind up. Open your mind up. What you're doing is ridiculous. Open your mind up to what you're actually doing, and you will see a complete change in who you are. You will see a complete change in your life, I promise you, when you put the drink down. And look, I know it may be difficult. I know it may not be easy, but this is one of the fundamental steps that you are going to have to take to change your life. Because the drunk version of you, the version of you that is drinking every day, is not going to get you to your goals. It's not going to get you to be the best version of yourself and perform in this external realm. It's just not. And that's just the truth. I just realized I didn't put my mic on, so apologies if the audio at the start isn't great, but we got to keep it moving. We got to keep changing your life. So I want to move on to the next branch, the branch that I call the mental branch. And I'd arguably argue that, actually no, it's equally the same as important as the physical, but without either or, your life is not going to change. And the mental branch is a journey that, again, is lifelong. You're going to have to continue to transform your mind and your mindset, because as I said, you'll be in different scenarios, you'll be in different positions, you'll have different challenges, different seasons of your life. You're going to have to improve your mind, improve how you think, improve your perspective, improve your belief systems. But the change can start now. The change can, I promise you, can completely start now. And the first thing I want to point out is that it's a practice. You have to practice like you would go into the gym, improving your mindset, improving your mind. You have to train it every single day. And how do you practice? Mindfulness. Practice mindfulness. I cannot explain to you the importance of mindfulness practices such as meditation, such as journaling, such as visualization. I always say that meditation gives you superpowers. And a lot of young people frown on it when people say that they meditate, or they think, oh, I shouldn't do that, that's a bit weird. But there is so much study, there is so much evidence now that meditation can completely change your life. And there is so much study around journaling. And one thing I want to point out in all of these things is it allows you to really act out of who you truly are. It allows you to really be your authentic version of you, because it can disidentify with the things that aren't you. A lot of the things that I've struggled with, and there's still challenges that I have, but I've grown a lot with and I've grown a lot from, is that I used to get so identified with things that weren't me, thought patterns, with certain habits or things, or the old version of me that I knew weren't a part of me. Meditation and journaling allowed me to step away from that and have a more awareness view, allowed me to be more aware. Because when you become aware of the thoughts that aren't yours, when you become aware of the negative thought spirals, the overthinking, the rumination, the old habits that you know aren't you, but you're getting sucked up in it, when you become aware of that, you create the space to change. Because you are now saying that I am aware of this. You're not saying I am this. And this is so important. Stop labeling yourself with the things you don't want. You are not shy. You are not the person who always has negative thoughts. You're the person who is aware of that in the moment. I am going through a stage where my thoughts are quite negative, but that's not me. And I'm going to change that. And meditating and journaling allows you to do so. And what about visualization? Visualization allows you to feel the feelings and to really start to attract your future. And I believe this is so true that if you get in the feeling state with visualization, you can truly start to attract everything that you want in your desired reality. And I also think visualization is important because it allows you to increase your beliefs, increase your motivation and inspiration. Whenever I sit down and visualize, it just makes me inspired to take aligned action to get to the position I may want to be in. And maybe it may not end up exactly how I visualized, but I'm always taking aligned steps. And that's so important because that comes from the foundation. That comes from the authenticity. That comes from the roots. And stemming from all of this is presence, or present as I put there. Stemming from all of the mental practices is presence. Because if you are not present in your life, you're going to not be living, because the present moment is all that we have. The power of now is real, and I recommend that book to anyone. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Just buy that book now, and after watching this video, buy that book. You have to realize that you have to start enjoying the journey. I thought that I could only have a certain level of happiness. I could only have a certain set of emotions when I had X money or had X status or whatever it may be. But I realized that enjoying the journey is all that we have. The journey is all that we have. So if you wait to achieve your goals to be happy, if you wait to achieve your goals to be grateful, if you wait to achieve your goals to feel the emotions that you want to feel that your goals are going to give you, because you only want your goals because the feelings that they give you. If you wait till then, you will have not lived your life. You would have completely not lived your life, and you will look back and you will think, wow, I completely wasted X years of my life. So please start enjoying the journey. And once you realize that actually to achieve your goals, you have to be in that feeling state first. You realize that now I have to be happy when I'm in my bedroom making videos. When I've got a chair with a whiteboard up. I want to be a footballer and I'm training on my own. I don't have a team yet. You have to be grateful and happy then, like you would feel if you were in the team around you. If you're building your business or a startup and you're struggling, you've got no employees, you're getting bogged down, you have to be grateful for that process like you would be when you're talking to your CEO when the business is at £100 million. I can't express the importance of the present moment. If you're going to take one thing from this video, enjoying the journey in the present moment, well, probably authenticity first, but enjoying the journey in the present moment is one of the most important things. The next thing I want to talk about is gratitude. You have to start being grateful for the things in the world around you. Because when you start being grateful, it means that you can't be angry, you can't be annoyed. Because gratitude is such a strong emotion. It's such a high vibration, high frequency emotion. So start every single day listing 5 things you are grateful for. I have a book which is called the 5-Minute Journal. And in the morning, I list 3 things I'm grateful for. But also throughout the day, just start picking up things that you're grateful for. When you look up in the sky and you see the birds flying, you see the birds in the tree, be grateful for them. Be grateful for all of that because it's an amazing blessing we have. Be grateful for the people you have in your life, the opportunities you have in your life. Do you know how amazing your life is? Without being the cliche guy who says, oh, look at this, but there's kids out there who are starving. There are kids out there who are hungry. There are kids out there who have terrible, terrible childhoods. And when you put it that way, you're extremely grateful and you have to use the opportunity. The next thing I want to talk about is routine and habits. This all links to the mindset, to the mental side. You need to put in place positive habits that are serving your life to transform your mindset. If you're constantly scrolling, if you're eating junk food, if you are not implementing great habits like morning routines, like evening routines, good sleep, if you're not doing these things, mentally you're not going to be in a great place. So all of this stuff kind of links to the physical, but you have to be putting in morning routines and habits. I'll give you the example of a morning routine. I'd say your morning routine needs 3 M's: movement, mindset, and mindfulness. You need to move your body about, even if it's just a bit of lymphatic drainage, bit of yoga. Then you need to do some form, doesn't matter order, but some form of mindfulness, meditation, journaling, pages, visualization. I'd say visualization is more mindset actually. And then mindset, priming your day, setting an intention. I want to look for amazing blessed opportunities in this world. I am ready to receive money. All of these intentions lead into that morning routine. That is fundamental. You have to get a morning routine in your life. Otherwise, you're going to get blown around like a leaf in a wind. You wake up and you just accept that life is coming at you. You stand there like this and you just get blown about because you haven't primed yourself. You are the creator of your life. You are the creator of the world around you. The world is happening for you, not to you. That is so important. The world is happening for you, not to you. And the minute you realize that is the minute that you start taking action on your life, is the minute you start really, really living out your life. You are the, I want that to be instilled in you. You are the creator of your own life. Another big thing is thoughts. And thoughts is something that is a big thing. It's something that everyone goes through, right? Everyone has thoughts. But I want you to realize that not every thought that you have is you. And I want you to realize that you need to become and train your mind to focus on the thoughts that you truly want. Because the more you focus and the more you reinforce the things that you want to implement into your life, you want to believe in your life, you want to see in your life, you want to feel in your life, the more it's going to come up. So every time a thought that you don't like comes up, you have to just let it go. And it can be hard. I know it can be hard, but you have to let it go. And you have to direct your attention on the things that truly serve you. And when you do so, you're going to start to feel better because your thoughts will lead you to take aligned action. And the more you are feeding those amazing thoughts, the more you're going to take more positive aligned action. And you're going to lead to more positive changes in the external realm. The next thing is belief systems. What you believe is what you see in the world around you. If you believe that money is hard to get, if you believe there are no job opportunities out there because AI are taking the jobs, you will continue to see reasons for that being the case. And I want to give you a powerful example called inherited beliefs. Your grandparents, let's say, they have a certain set of beliefs that money is hard to get because everyone can understand this is a simple example. They believe that money is hard to get. They go into the world around them and they see a world where money is hard to get because they believe that. They don't believe that it's going to be easy to get money, so they don't see the opportunities that are out there with money. And then they perceive that as true. But someone else who perceived money as easy to get, who money was meant for them, would see a world where that isn't the case. And that would be their truth. So your grandparents have that truth, which is actually an illusion. They pass that to your parents. Your parents go on the same cycle. They pass that to you. And it's your decision whether you break that cycle or not. So when you think like this, you probably have a lot of belief systems that aren't serving your dream external reality, that aren't serving your dream life. And you're growing branches off this. You're growing branches that maybe aren't helping you. You want to grow branches that are going to change your life. So you need to start changing your belief systems. How do you do that? You start writing down everything, every single belief system. And when you see one that doesn't serve you or doesn't serve the life that you want, you change it and you write in the present moment the opposite. Say you think money is hard to get. You now say, I am ready to receive money. Money is coming and flowing to me easily. In the present moment, that is the most important thing. Because when you become aware of these belief systems you don't want, or aware of the belief systems that you do, you create the space to change, because awareness, as I said before, creates that gap for change to occur. And in that gap, you can start implementing and wiring in those belief systems that are going to help you achieve your goals. Change your belief system, change your life. Tony Robbins taught me this so powerfully. And another one you guys should be watching is Tony Robbins. The last thing I want to talk about on the mental side is loneliness. And this is a big thing for a lot of young people. If you decide to take the path to live out your dream life, it's likely you're going to be doing extraordinary things. At least in the society we are now, where a lot of people are conforming and a lot of people are accepting. So when you take that, you start to find that you're alone a lot. You're alone. And I want you to realize that being alone is a blessing. And there is a difference between being lonely and alone. You can be around millions of people and still be lonely. You can be around no one and be completely full. And I thought that earlier in this year, I thought I was lonely and I had to fill a void with other people. But I just realized I had to build a relationship with myself. I had to improve the relationship with myself. And this alone time, this stillness, is what leads to authenticity. It's what helps you discover who you truly are. And I don't want you to get mixed up with being lonely and being alone. Because if you're going to take this path into your dream life, you're going to have to be alone. But that's okay, because you always live with you. And it's so important that we build a relationship with ourselves, that we make this the best relationship and you become your own best friend. And I know this is possible because I have grown that relationship with me. And like a lot of these things, it's a lifelong journey because of the new chapters and seasons that you'll go through. But I promise you that just because you may feel alone does not mean you're lonely. It does not mean that you're lonely. And don't let your mind trick you to think so. Or don't let society tell you either. And kind of branching off this point with alone and people, Quickly, I just want to say that you have to surround yourself around people that are going to inspire you. And this links right here to what you are feeding the tree. What does your rain look like? What does your rain droplets look like? If you are feeding your tree with environments that don't serve you, the pub, people, gossiping environments, fast food places, unhealthy places, clubs, anywhere like that, if you're consistently feeding the tree with that, you're not going to be able to have the fuel to grow this beautiful external realm. But if you're feeding it with amazing people that inspire you, that are growth orientated, they're ambitious, you're going to be able to grow. You're feeding it with learning and growing. You're feeding it with podcasts, with books, with YouTube videos that are going to inspire you. Use the internet to change your life. YouTube has completely changed my life because it's built the awareness of what I see as possible. Seeing millionaires drive around in big cars, Lamborghinis, nice houses, seeing people build businesses, seeing people have the mindsets. I've also learned so much from podcasts, YouTube, and I'll give you some examples. Diary of a CEO podcast, Jay Shetty on Purpose podcast, Huberman Lab podcast, Chris Williamson podcast. There's so many different people and episodes that I've watched that are really the most amazing things, and I'll plug a few in the description below. But what you are feeding the tree is what is going to fuel this external world, the leaves that everyone can see. And if you're not fueling it right, you're not going to be able to grow this amazing blessed tree. So that takes us to really what makes up the strengthening of the tree. The physical, the mental, it all leads into the big bit of the tree, the strong bit, but it has to have this in its core. Without this in its core, it's hollow. And you don't want a hollow life. You want a life full of meaning. And that's purpose and values. The values in your life is the standards you are going to hold. The values in the life is really how you're going to act, or is how you want yourself to act, is how you set the intention. The authentic version of you, the values that you have with that, stems from authenticity. And I'll give you examples of my values. Growth. I want to be growing every single day. I want to be consistently elevating, because I say when you stop growing, you start dying. When you stop growing, you completely start dying. So every single day I want to be growing. Next is inspiration. I want to be inspiring I want to be inspiring people every single day, just like this, just like creating videos, just like helping you guys. And then my last thing is authenticity. I want to be the one of one. I am the one of one version of me. I am doing all these things, by the way. I don't know why I said I want to be, but I know that with these values, it's going to allow me to have a life of meaning. It's going to allow me to have a life that feels amazing. And what stems from those values and authenticity is purpose. A life without purpose and direction means that it's easy to get drifted away in the external world. It's easy to get blown away in the wind. Your tree could get knocked over. Your tree could get swept side to side to side, like we were explaining before. Purpose comes from all of this. It comes from being authentic. It comes from your values. It comes from understanding yourself. It comes from discovering yourself, improving your mental, improving your physical. With all of this, with the roots, with the branches, with the thick, strong tree, with the things you are fueling, it creates the leaves and it creates the external world. And the external world is the job you do, the business, the money, the content, what you love, how you present yourself. And all of this allows these things to blossom out. You will understand what you want to do with your life once you're on this process. And as I said, this is a lifelong process, and things in the external realm could change. You will understand what the businesses you want to build. You will understand and change your relationship with money. You will start to make money way beyond your dreams and understand that that's an amazing thing. You can be spiritual and make money. That is one of the most common myths that we'll break down in another video. You maybe understand that you love to do content, or you love to do sport, whatever it may be. And your life, you will be able to do this in the external world around you. Because when you become the person that is able to do these external things, when you become the person that is deep rooted in who they are and they act out of alignment and purpose, your external world is going to be the most amazing thing. And that's how I want to leave this video. because I believe in you. I completely believe in you. I believe that you can change your life with all these tools that I've given you. You can completely transform your life. And go and watch the people and read the books I've said as well, because that's so important. And just remember that us as young people, us as this younger generation, we have the ability to completely transform the world. We have the ability to completely change the world around us. And it's on you. It's on you to make the steps to change your life. Only you are truly going to do that. And that's not me to put pressure on you, or maybe it is, but it's me to be here with you. And as I said, we are in the arena together. And I can't be any more grateful to be doing this with you guys. I can't be any more grateful to be on this journey with you guys in this community. And we really are going to create a new earth. And I'm going to make a longer video on this because I think there's more to be said. But I hope this changes your life. I know this will change one person's life. And like, subscribe, comment any questions that you have as well. That's so important. And get to know people in the comments. Build up this community. As I always say, remember to keep being yourself, because when you're being yourself, everything figures itself out. I'm so grateful for you guys.